It took me 10 years to buy my first business. Let's see if you are ready to buy one. Let's see what we need to purchase this $1 million painting business. We'll discuss 3 topics in total: financials, emotional resilience, and business. Feb. Let's start with F, financials. We should have at least minimum of 60% of the purchase price of the business, so that's $600,000. Yes, you can do VTB, seller financing deals, but we'll talk about that in another post. Let's just stick to the basics here. We need another 5 to 7% of the purchase price for due diligence and closing costs like lawyers and accountants. Good ones are really pricey. Do we have at least 6 months of cash flow for the business? You can't just start your business from zero. There'll be expenses from day one. Do we have an emergency fund that can last you at least 6 months if something goes south? So you're not just buying the revenue and the profits, you're also buying the problems too. Perfect, you got the cash. Now, next we'll determine 90% of your success when you purchase this business. Next up is emotional resilience. Are you ready to work 12 hours a day, no vacation, sleepless nights for at least 1 to 2 years? Here's an exercise you can do to see if you're actually up to it. You should clearly define and write down your why. Why are you purchasing this business? Ask yourself truthfully if this why is enough to overcome the hard you have to go through. Some examples of headaches / hard: previous owner ran away without training, took all your clients, the financial numbers were all fake, all your painters just left, you're getting sued, all the paint you bought from the previous owner is completely useless. Now put all of that together in a week time frame and just simulate that in your head. How do you feel? You still good for it? Awesome, you're already 90% there. Now let's move on to the final one, B, business. Do you have the industry experience? You don't need to be an expert, but you still need to understand the basics here. Basic understanding of sales, marketing, hiring, training, firing, and financial literacy. Here's a skill you can't do without. Negotiation skills. Making these sorts of deals, unless you got a rock star broker, you need to fight tooth and nail for everything. Terms like seller financing, training periods, non-compete, there's literally hundreds of things that you need to negotiate. Your job as a potential business buyer is to mitigate as much of that risk as you can. Buying this type of asset is the most risky, but with big returns. Now, businesses comes in various sizes, opportunities, and challenges. Feb is a good starting point to see if you're actually ready to purchase a business. Good luck.